The political environment. Let's not forget, political environment affects, influences business, industry directly as well as indirectly. Because these are general environment, we presume indirectly, right? Now, what are the aspects that you need to consider when you're talking about political environment? The first is the political condition. Very important. उसमें आ गया तुम्हारा general stability and peace. Attitude of the government. I repeat, political environment में you need to keep in mind the political conditions, which includes the general stability of the government. कितनी देर के लिए सरकार रह रही है? Peace. Is the environment very peaceful with this particular political system? And most important, your attitude of the government. Is the government in favor of the business and environment? Is it not? Let's take to understand this in detail. Political conditions are very important because you can predict what is going to happen to the business or what is going to happen in the future in the business environment when the government is stable or not. See, it's given here under stable political conditions. So political stability is very important. क्योंकि अगर political stability नहीं रहेगी, right, then there will be unrest. There will be threat to the law, order, and business will not be very happy with the decisions taken by the political government, right? Then इसमें ये भी है कि अगर political stability होती है, then there is confidence in the business. Business people will be ready to invest in the long run क्योंकि उनको पता है कि ये सरकार स्टेबल है, ये आने वाले 2-3 टर्म्स के लिए मतलब 5-5 साल, 1-2-3 डेकेड्स के लिए ये सरकार टिकी रहेगी और क्योंकि ये सरकार टिकी रहेगी अगर हम अब इन्वेस्ट कर रहे हैं तो हमारे इन्वेस्टमेंट्स को कोई नुकसान नहीं होगा. And these particular investments are going to help in the future, right? Again, it's very important to know the attitude of the government. Is the government pro-business or anti-business? If the political decisions of the present government, if the political attitude of the government is positive towards business, then definitely the impact is also going to be positive. Then the business is going to very confidently take any decision क्योंकि उनको पता है कि गवर्नमेंट हमारे हक में है. गवर्नमेंट को ग्रोथ थ्रू इंडस्ट्री थ्रू बिजनेस ही चाहिए, right? And then they're going to invest. But अगर गवर्नमेंट की attitude is anti, right? It is not pro government, pro business. They are against privatization. Then probably the business will not be able to invest much. They will discourage themselves in investing into the business. In 1977, the Janata government was not very favor of the privatization, and that is why we had the Coca-Cola that time. It was asked to leave the country. Then in 1991, we had the new economic policy, LPG, under the Prime Ministership of P.V. Narasimha Rao, the late P.V. Narasimha Rao, and the best economist of the world, probably Mr. Manmohan Singh. He was the finance minister, and they were all pro-business, pro-industry. This 1991 new economic policy जो हम डिटेल में तुम पढ़ोगे economics में book 2 में पढ़ोगे, because of this there was a U-turn and इतना ज़्यादा कुछ economy में changes आई थी. Today, whatever you're enjoying, the multinational products in our country, it's all because of the decisions, the attitude of the government in 1991. So political environment plays a very important role, children. Don't forget, political environment is connected to economic, technology, etc. अगर आज तुम देखोगे COVID-19 के कारण जो भी decisions हो रहे हैं, ये political है, influencing even your economic, etc. On page 77, children, you have your social environment components in a box. Very important to do because they do affect the social environment. Page 80, legal environment. This is the fifth environment, children, which has to be kept into mind because the business and industry works in a legal framework. There is something called the rules and regulations or the laws of the land. This is a very common saying. Laws of the land, matlab, the rules and regulations framed for each and everyone in that particular country. Now, what does the legal environment include? It includes all the legislations passed by the government. That's the first thing. जो भी सरकार ने legislations parliament के हिसाब से निकाली है. Second, administrative of orders by the government authorities. मतलब कोई भी सरकारी दफ्तर है, कोई भी सरकारी ऑफिस है, अगर उसने कोई भी एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव ऑर्डर पास किया है वो लीगल फ्रेमवर्क में आता है। थर्ड, द कोर्ट जजमेंट्स, जब जुडिशरी कोई भी जजमेंट देती है रिगार्डिंग एनी सेक्शंस, एनी, जैसे आजकल कर्फ्यू लगा हुआ है, लॉकडाउन लगा है, ये सारे कोर्ट, कर्फ्यू एंड लॉकडाउन इज एन एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव ऑर्डर, राइट? इट्स नॉट ए लेजिस्लेशन, एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव ऑर्डर। कोर्ट जजमेंट होगी अगर किसी को बोल दिया कि इस सेक्शन के अंदर यू आर गोइंग टू बी हैंडल, या कोई भी लीगल फ्रेमवर्क कर दिया, देन यू हैव any sort of order or decision given by the central, state, local authorities. आजकल जितना भी कुछ कोविड-19 के कारण हो रहा है, कोरोना वायरस के कारण हो रहा है, it's all the court judgments, the administrative orders, and to some extent the legislations passed by the government. All these put together create a legal environment. It is very important, compulsory, imperative for every management of every organization to obey the law of the land. Law of the land matlab rules and regulations, laws which are framed by the government or the legislative system. Everybody, every business should have adequate knowledge. उनको पता होना चाहिए कि क्या rules है, क्या regulations है, कब करना है, कैसे करना है, before they actually start the business. अगर तुम इन रूल्स, रेगुलेशंस, लॉज को एडहेयर नहीं करोगे, बट ऑब्वियसली यू आर पुटिंग योरसेल्फ इनटू trouble because you're going to be into legal problem. I'll give you there are lots of examples on page number 80. I expect you to go through all of them. I'll just give you some common ones which you're aware of. You've seen so many advertisements regarding cigarettes, regarding liquor. On the cigarettes and those gutka packets, etc., you find information saying that cigarette smoking is injurious to health. It causes cancer. Tobacco chewing is dangerous. It causes cancer. सरकार ये नहीं कहती इसे मत बेचो, सरकार, because it's a big revenue source for the government, right? It is something which is naturally, it's an agricultural product. But सरकार कहती है बेचने के टाइम तुम्हें एक लीगल फ्रेमवर्क में काम करना है, दैट इज तुमने ये बता देना है कि तुमने ये अगर तुम लेते हो तो तुम, इट्स डेंजरस टू योर हेल्थ, राइट? तुम अपनी सोशल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी पूरी करो, लीगल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी पूरी करो, बाकी कंज्यूमर उसे खा रहा है नहीं खा रहा वो कंज्यूमर की प्रॉब्लम है. Is that clear? So there are many things like this which have to be adhered to under the legal environment. Children, this particular video is regarding a recapitulation of all the environments that we've spoken about. I'm moving on to page number 74. And 74 you have the first environment, that is economic environment. I have very well marked the environments for you. You have a box on page number 75. That box is very important for you to do. On page number 76, we're discussing the social environment with 3 important factors. Then we have the technological environment with a couple of factors there. On page 77, we discuss the political environment in detail. I've also marked it for you. On page 77 itself, you have some major elements of social environment in a box there. All these factors contribute or are a part of the social environment. So when you get a case study, you need to look in कि इसमें से तो नहीं कोई word mentioned है, क्योंकि अगर इसमें से कुछ mentioned है, then it helps to identify. Page 78 मुझे बड़ा interesting लगता है because it shows how the social environment influences or leaves an impact on everything around. अगर तुम अपने आप को उस situation में डालते हो, you can see सब कुछ. Let's say a woman was not earlier working, she was not educated. अब वो बहुत qualified होगी, she is really educated, she gets her job in a multinational. So from the time she got married, maybe 4-5 years, उसके बाद she suddenly goes to work. Do you think all this leaves a change? Definitely. Fashion industry is going to be affected क्योंकि उसकी wardrobe change हो जाएगी. The cosmetic industry is going to be affected because when she was at home as a housewife, she was very simple, sober. So now obviously she needs to look very good when she goes out. Then obviously उसके घर के जो gadgets हैं वो change हो जाएंगे. She'll have a fully automatic machine, washing machine. She'll have a microwave. She'll have a cooking range. She'll have food processors. सब कुछ change होगा. Obviously she'll need a laptop. She needs to be techno savvy. She needs to know what's happening around the world. All what you know, she needs a laptop to work, right? Then most important, her food habits will change. She will start using more of processed food, Probably she'll have more of supplementary food. She'll use more of packed food. हर चीज का असर पड़ता है जब तुम्हारा कोई भी एक environment change होता है. I like page number 79 also because it tells you when technology changes, how everything changes. Page 80, legal environment is very well marked for you. Then you have the political environment ke kuch factors in the box there. You're expected to go through them very well. Children, on page 81, you will do a reading of economic environment in India, right? I've marked it for you. This is only basically a reading topic up to page number 82. Next topic I'm going to explain in the next video is page 82. The three very important components of the economic environment, the LPG, liberalization, privatization and globalization is going to be discussed in detail. Then we are also going to discuss the government, the managerial impact. So that's going to be the last video in the next, covering up the next topic.